7 hours. That's the average amount of time people are spending consuming content every day. Now, obviously that's a wide range of content, including things like podcasts, TV, reading, etc. Social media being a big one of them. And this stat is based off of screen time specifically. So I wanted to talk a little bit about where do we get our content from, why is it important, and how can you stay informed from a wide range of sources. So for me, as a strategist and a marketer, someone who works in branding, I need to be informed from a really wide range of industries. So what I do is I subscribe to a lot of different publications from different backgrounds, and that ranges in the industries my clients are in. Everything from getting a print edition of the Social Innovation Review magazine from Stanford, or subscribing to the online publication Wired to learn about the latest trends in technology, to getting onto a lot of podcasts and listening to podcasts that cover social issues and local news in the communities that we work in and serve. So when it comes to social media, again, that's usually the default format for where people get their content every day and their news. But you can diversify the following and the sources of that content, because ultimately it's going to dictate your views, your opinions. And if you're only consuming content from friends and family, you're going to kind of stay in a bit of a bubble. And the algorithm is actually designed to do that. So podcasts are a great example of part of my daily routine. As part of my morning walk, I usually listen to a really wide range of those podcasts. For example, the Peak Daily, they're a local Canadian news source that's just under 10 minutes episodes. They cover usually 3 stories from the world of tech, business, entrepreneurship. So that's one perspective. I also read newsletters. So there's other daily newsletters that are similar in that industry. And of course, that's a great way to get a curated list from different sources. So you don't have to subscribe to 20 or 30 different newsletters. Again, audio is an awesome thing because you can be listening to it while you're walking, while you're on the treadmill. And so there is also an opportunity to get those in-depth, deeper discussions through audio, through longer form content and interviews. I don't necessarily only listen to things that I'm personally interested in, because I believe that we need to open up our perspectives and our understanding by actually being more open to other opinions and other views from different places and different political spectrums. And so that's why I love these in-depth interviews and news shows and deep dive podcasts. And I would highly recommend some. I'm putting a list of a few that you can check out in this description. So I want to know, where do you get your content from? How do you stay informed beyond the day-to-day news? And do you even consume the news? This is something I was listening to James Altucher, who's written like 20 books, he started 20 companies. He's written several books. And he actually said on one of his recent interviews that he does not consume the news, although he's a writer in several publications. He finds the news through people in his life. If it's something that's significant that's going to affect his day-to-day life, he hears about it from someone. So do you listen to the news, and where do you get your news from? And then I also wanted to shout out some of the awesome independent sources here in Canada. So one of those is called Canada Land. They're completely funded by donations, and they have a lot of rules about where they will not take funding from. And they actually cover things like the media and politics and from a critical lens. And then another one is the On Canada Project, which I've had a chance to collaborate with. On Canada Project started out in the pandemic, informing millennials and Gen Z through Instagram, where they're already at, giving them the information they need when it comes to things that were very important to the pandemic. And now they've expanded to focus on a lot of greater issues that are very important to society today. So check out those sources. Let me know some other podcasts, newsletters, and other places where you're consuming content.